Well, we're waiting for my tablet to catch up. Audio good? I didn't plug the mic in this time since we seem to be having an issue with that. Uh, Still can't figure out why when I plug the mic in, it decides it's not going to do audio on a live, but it'll do audio when I'm recording for a video. I don't know. I don't understand. Technology is weird. Anyway, how are all of you? Michael, what's going on? Is the audio good? I still haven't got anything. Can you guys hear me? Fubar Gamer. Hello there. All right, Gus says audio is good. And the Bandits. Oh, well, you know that somehow this is going to end up interesting. Audio's good. Audio's good. Hello, hello. Lynn Daniels, hello. Okay. So, as always, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here now. You guys are kind of dictating what we're talking about, so get in the chat. I can see it down here. The tablet's caught up. Everything's good. I was in the snow yesterday and today. Anyway, get down in the chat, ask your questions, whatever you want to talk about. I'll answer just about anything. But let's kind of go over a little bit of stuff. I've noticed, and I'm sure you guys have too, my last couple of videos haven't been well put together. Kind of scatterbrained throughout the whole thing. As you guys know, I've been dealing with some stuff, and we're getting closer and closer. Actually, probably the video that I just started will end up being a part of this trip that I have coming up on Thursday. So real quick, yes, those of you that watch all of my videos and aren't just here for the RV stuff, you know that my mother passed, and her funeral is this weekend. And I've been trying to keep up on the videos and work and take care of the family, and it's been a little harder than I thought, honestly. And as me and my sister are continuing to plan the entire thing, which is now 3 days away, it's just kind of becoming more real, you know what I mean? So obviously the videos have suffered, and I apologize for that. You know, I should have just put a statement out, hey, I'm not doing videos for a couple weeks so I can get myself together. But I wanted to keep giving you guys some content, and the more I think about it, the more this video that I just started today will be great to kind of tie into the funeral. So for those of you that watch the lives, the next video will be not so upbeat. Okay. But there's going to be some really cool stuff that me and my sister have planned that Mom and Dad both would have loved. So this will be this will be it'll be good. It'll be really good. So it sucks now, but in a couple days I think it's going to be a lot better. This will be the first time I've been sad to get on the bike though, because I am riding the bike over the pass to the Oregon coast. Yes. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick explanation as to why the videos have been like I went back and watched a couple of them, and I seem really scattered throughout the video, and so I figured I'd kind of give you guys an explanation. You know, I could very easily see how watching it would look like, oh, he's done with YouTube, he's just making videos to make videos now. Well, no, my mind's been elsewhere, and I kind of talked about that in the video where I destroyed my Suburban. All right, so into the comments. Michael asked how the bandits are. It wasn't bad, Chris. The snow wasn't that bad. It was just snowing. It was barely sticking at all, so it wasn't terrible. Hey, Michael. Fubar, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, that is a secret, and you'll never know. And I'm not sure what you were trying to say there, Gus. I don't know if that's a thank you or an insult. Bandits. Oh, I love you guys. We need to get together again. Maybe on less wheels this time. That would be good. The issue is we're almost at opposite coasts. Grim Reaper. No, the camera is not working. The only camera that works is the front facing. And now it's hit and miss if I use the rear one, because I have the iPhone 12 with the 3 cameras. If I use the half zoom, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But thank you for bringing that up, because I found out what caused it, and there's a solution to fix it, and I ordered a new phone. So, what caused it was my Harley. The rock form mounts are an amazing product. Do not take this as an attack on rock form. I love the rock form product. I have it in the Viper truck. I have it on my Harley. It's on the wife's Harley. I had one in here, and then it got kind of worn out, and it didn't want to hold onto the vent anymore. I got the cheap one that just kind of clips on the vent. Great product. Love their phone case. It's amazing. However, because it's so rigid, it's so well put together, that when the motorcycle vibrates on the iPhones, I haven't really heard much of it happening on the Androids, but on the iPhone, it dislodges something in the camera, so it's constantly zooming in and out and then trying to focus while it's zooming in and out, as you guys saw in that one short video I did. So that's what caused it. Ironically, it happened the first time I rode with the new bike. I've heard the touring models are better for it. They vibrate less, but now I have a soft tail and vibrates a little more. So Quadlock is a different phone mount company, and they make a damper, a thing. They make a wiggle thing, and it goes between the mount and the phone case lock, so that your phone will move a little bit more, but now it's moving in like a fluid motion instead of the harsh vibration of the bike. For those of you that ride and care about that, I just figured I would share the experience that I went through with you guys. Where were we? There we go. Grim Reaper retracted a message. You can't be doing that. Fuel prices, profit, and current rates per mile. I'm not sure if you are making a statement, Joey, or if you are asking a question. I don't know. You guys talking to each other. A whole lot of condolences and sorries and whatnot, and I appreciate those. I do. Most of you know. No, I'm sorry. I started that wrong. Erase that. Let's go back. I don't know if it was just me or if this is a normal thing for people who've served, but I have a hard time with feelings. Like, they just kind of go away and then they come back when they want. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. So this has been really weird, and I'm, my friends and family and people that I talk to, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, condolences. I don't know what to say back to that. Thank you, I guess. And it's not that I don't appreciate what you guys are saying. It's this whole emotion thing is kind of a new world for me. Anyway, I appreciate the condolences and thoughts and such. Yes, Chris, family is always first. Big hustle. Me and my sister have a whole 3-day weekend thing planned out for this, doing a funeral and a remembrance of life, and us just having some time together, some fun. So we will definitely be covering the grieving and moving forward part. No apologies needed. Family comes first, and if no one understands that, then they can move on. We YouTubers are no, Grim Reaper, us YouTubers are not human, I think. I kind of identify more as a grapefruit. We'll go with that. Mr. High Mileage Helper, how are you, good sir? Much better than what I went through. I-90 was nothing but ice, and 212 was, yeah, 90's bad in winter. 90's real bad in the winter. Heading back to Goshen Monday. I'll have to get together for a Halloween costume party. You can go as Mr. Bones. I'm a little fluffy to be Mr. Bones. Maybe I could be pre-death Mr. Bones. Pre-Bones? That doesn't sound right. I probably just got demonetized. We ride, we know, jiggle. Air ride for the cell phone case. You could get on that, patent it, quit transport, and just be a millionaire. My thoughts on the current state of the industry. I think it's still in a bad place. It's showing signs of recovery, which makes me optimistic, but I'm not holding my breath yet. Does that make sense? I hope. I hope that makes sense. It's moving in the right direction, but we're not there yet. Go with that. I know what you mean, buddy. You go, no. to it after. Yeah, Michael, you're absolutely right. You know, when my dad passed, it took me about 6 years to actually feel anything about it. And you know, when my sister called me and told me about my mom, oh, okay, well, let's start planning the funeral and, you know, move forward. And yeah, so I get it. I get what you're saying. At least I know it's not just me. I'm not broken, right? Or we're all broken. Huh. Went to buy an auxiliary tank from a store in Spokane. I was not far from there today. They said gravity-fed tanks are not DOT approved and would not install or even sell one. What is your experience with what you got? Well, Chris Wall, outstanding question. And let me tell you, the place that you went and talked to are morons. So, to expand on that, gravity-fed tanks are DOT approved if the manufacturer went through the approval process, and then your tank will have a DOT number on the side of it, like mine does. You pay more for them. I think my tank was $1,400. It's a tank toolbox combo. But it has a DOT number on the side of it, which makes it approved for DOT use, which is why the tag says DOT number, and then there's a space where the number is printed in. I heard that a lot when I was getting started, and I went, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm not buying it. Did a bunch of research and finally found the truth. They have to go through it's just like when a car company wants to make a new exhaust or an intake manifold or a cam or whatever performance modification. If they want to sell it in California, it has to go through the CARB process, California Air Resource Board, and then they have to get an approval. You have to pay for that process. It's expensive. That's why there's very few things that have the CARB approval, and when you find them, they're more expensive to buy than everything else sold on the shelf. Just wait for the, you know, people to get their money. The people that are paid with tax dollars. Chris James, makes sense. I was delivering out of Oregon last week, and I swear it was you that passed me twice on I-80, either in Nebraska or Wyoming. Was I on 80 last week? I think I was on 80 last week. Yeah, I ran through Wyoming and then dropped into Denver. I was going east. But I think the camera's inverted right now because I'm using the front facing east. One of the eastes. Yep, Dan's can do the gravity feed. Like I said, I just ordered mine off Amazon. It came to my house. I drilled some holes in my bed, bolted it down, cut my fill neck, and put the little thingy doodle in, and ran the hose. Voila. We have 118 auxiliary tank pump fed, but with gravity backup. Yeah, that. I lost my dad in 06 and mom in 15. Went through exactly like you did. No touchy-feely, but I've got ears if you feel like you need to vent chat. I appreciate it, Michael. I think you reached out to me on Instagram, I think. I'll have to go through my messages. I get one or two here or there. We are going to try to get an appointment to add another tank in the bed. Speaking of gravity-fed tanks, I hear a lot of people say that when you have a gravity feed tank, it leaks and it just pukes diesel all over the place and makes a mess, and it's gross. The only time I ever close my valve on my gravity fed tank is to change the fuel filter. So, and the one thing I've done differently that I haven't seen other people do, and maybe I'm doing this way wrong and I've just gotten lucky so far, but your fuel tank has a vent on the top of it that has a little plastic push cap breather thing. I push cap pulled the breather off, so it was just a tube nipple thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like you put a fuel line on, and I put a fuel line on it, and I hose clamped it down, drilled another hole in the bed, because I've already got 12, what's one more, right? And I ran that hose up and ran it into the vent tube on the tank. So now, where that breather would puke out, it just goes into that hose and moves up and down. Again, I'm not saying that's the right way. I don't know. Just when I was putting the tank in, I went, well, that makes sense. Let's do it that way. Took my... I think you meant to type first. I think you meant to type first. I'm gonna pretend that you meant to type first. I fat finger things too. Load today, and I forgot my license plate. Luckily, I have friends that live 10 minutes from the dealer, and they are sending my plate. I'm going to make a dealer departure checklist. That is a wonderful idea, Craig. My tank is being built and will not be ready until February. That is awful. Craig, remember the number 3. 1 tag, battery, paperwork. You don't need paperwork. That's just silly. I'm kidding. It must not have been you then, because I was going west with the Coleman bumper pole, and the truck I thought was pulling a 5th wheel was going west as well. No, I haven't gone west on 80 since September. Right at the end, the 25th, 26th, something like that. That was the last time I went west on 80. I think. Yeah, because I went down to Denver, and I went down to California. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't me then. I like paper. It's old school. I know. I've seen your motorcycle GPS program. I think it's pretty cool. And then your phone doesn't vibrate and break the camera. Somehow, Cheryl, I see you making these BOL planes. And then, I don't know, I mean, you got Jeff, you know, over here, and you're playing King Kong with the airplanes. In my head, that's the way it goes down. I could be wrong. Grim Reaper laughing at the bandits. Luckily, I only left 1 battery. However, the battery was bad. Mad because it was the only ratcheting strap I had. I left a battery once. In Salt Lake? I think it was Salt Lake. was in Utah. I know it was in Utah. King Kong Sasquatch tomato. King Kong Sasquatch tomato. I don't understand. DOT approved tank, aluminum storage. Blamed? Aluminum shortage. I screwed that up. That did not say storage. Maybe us YouTubers are human. Anyway, so Chris, I hope that answered your question with the DOT certification for the tank, yada yada stuff thing. And again, there you go. Don't always believe the first thing you hear. Now, sometimes the first thing you hear can be accurate. I just remembered in the video that I started, that I'm working on right now, I started talking about my tires, and I did not say which ones they are. I have to make a mental note to get the model number of the tire, because, you know, Toyo makes more than one tire. Oh. You ever have those days where you've gone through enough that you kind of snap? Dealing with Washington drivers for 2 days. Dealing with California drivers. I've been spending a lot of time in California the last couple weeks. That's not a pleasant place to be. Imagine the design she could draw on the paper airplanes. Yeah? I mean, she's artsy. Ridiculous. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. You're welcome. You with the name. Chris James, I did the same 2 weeks ago at Funtown, but it was pretty new battery, 80 miles up the road, but I realized, yep, kept rolling. Brian Anderson, I had a fifth wheel kill the battery. Also, Duke says, hi, everyone. Hi, Duke. It's cold up here in Saskatchewan. Yes, I am not going to argue with you. I've never been there, but I am certain it's chilly. Washington wasn't that bad. No, Eastern Washington isn't terrible. Once you go west of Snoqualmie, it's poop. It's like finger paint poop. Take Michelin tires or take problems. Well, you see, a Hoggy, this truck came with Michelins, and I was mostly impressed with them. But as I can attest, over the last 2 days, these Toyos are way better in the snow and the rain than the Michelins were. that came on this truck. Now, before you get in there, these are 19.5, so it's a very different tire than what most people are running. And I've talked to a lot of people who say that in adverse weather, rain, snow, dirt, mud, whatever, 19.5s behave very differently from every other type of tire. I don't know why. I don't understand. Don't ask. I can't explain. Not going to happen. If you type it, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm not even going to read your comment. But if you know why they act differently, by all means, put it in there, because I'm lost. I don't know. Anyway, they do act very differently, and these Toyos, which I can't remember the model number off the top of my... I have the model number. Because I just got new ones. Toyo M143. M as in Mike. They operate amazingly, and I did not get quite as much mileage as I got out of the Michelins, but I did not rotate these, so I still have a ton of life on the front too. The rear four wore out 7,000 miles before the Michelins, which I did rotate, and then I had to replace all 6 at once. So I'm not going to say one lasted longer than the other. 7,000 miles. Rotated versus not rotated, I would say it's probably safe to say they had about the same wear pattern, or wear time period, length of life. But these Toyos are way better in slippery conditions. I'm in California, taking a 34 reset as we speak, rolling out in the morning. Where you at, Grim Reaper? Because I too am in California. Is it just me, or does every boat you haul have issues with the lights? No, I never once had an issue with any light on a boat. I had, no, one, but it was a repo, and it was that the housing had rusted and fell off and was swinging by the wires. So I just replaced our Michelins at Agila Cross Climates, ready for winter. Bring it on. Hey, I just replaced mine Friday and the truck sat until Monday, so I've only got 3 days on these tires. Certainly not the way he described earlier. Oh, Daniel, are you finger painting? Got it. There's 5 earrings. I'm assuming that's Cheryl. I just put Toyo AT3 on my Jeep and love them. Best tires so far I've put on it. Going to try and get them Super Duty when these wear out. Yeah. Oh, and price. So it was $1,800 for the 4. It was $3,200. I think. No, I'm not positive if it was 32. If it was 3,200, the Toyos are cheaper. If it was 23, because sometimes I get a little dyslexic, then the tires were almost exactly the same price. I think the Toyos would be like an extra $100 to do all 6. So price, they're about the same. Wear rate, they're about the same. Wet, slippery conditions, the Toyos were better. My experiences. Again, these are 19.5s, not what 99% of you would be running. 100,000 out of a set of TAKO2s. Wow. They don't make the KO2 in a 19.5, but wow, that's good. That's really good. And the KO2 I've heard it's a good tire. I've never ran it personally. The 19.5s, they vary from 12 to 16 ply, 12 to 18. They're a heavier ply than most other tires. Got a call yesterday from Synergy to come for orientation for pull away. Well, Rocky River Outdoors, there's a few Synergy drivers in the chat right here who I'm sure could help you if you reached out to them. They happen to both have YouTube channels as well. So, there's that. Cali fuel is 415, 433, 462, 525. Oh yeah, someone asked me that and I skipped over you. I'm sorry. I read it and then I kept going. I forget who asked that. And I lost you, so I apologize. But there you go. Grim Reaper answered you. You're in Tulare. Well, I can't look up where Tulare is. So I don't know where you are in comparison to me. But I'm on Highway 395, about 30 miles south of the border, coming out of Oregon into California. There you go. Bandit said Synergy is a good company, in their opinion. Just not a whole lot of backhaul work. So if you don't mind going back and forth to Indiana, great. Which, I mean, for some people, that is amazing. Just for me, for where I live, Horizon was the way to go because of the amount of backhauls they have. We're in October. I have done 2 trailers out of Indiana this year. I think I may try and get a set of Toyo AT2s for my truck. Had them on the Ram. Okay, that's good. Goodyear Wrangler SRA is right about 30K on them, and still at 930 seconds. That's really good. Replaced the Hancooks at 88. A lady that called talked about backhaul. She said that there are a lot of boats for backhauls, but apparently a lot of trailers going to South Louisiana, LA. I'm in southern Indiana, meeting up my new Ram 3500. Someone hit it yesterday and drove off. Oh, that sucks. People are awful. 329 Kentucky. Sad that I was happy about 329. Now look, there you go. Bandits and Grim Reaper answered me at the same time. Okay, so we're all caught up in the chat. That's neat. I really don't know what to talk about, guys. Oh, I do. Because I'm still a little angry about it. And this doesn't change my opinion at all. I still, in my opinion, think Ford is the better of the big 3 for the diesels. My opinion. Based on my experiences and what I have seen and talked to other people. But you engineers at Ford, oh, the places that you put some of the things, and we'll touch on that in the video. I've already started talking about it in the video. I just thought about it again and it got me upset again. Still the better truck. Yeah, South Louisiana hurricane relief temporary housing. Okay. I found out real quick that a CB is a great thing to have. Came in handy yesterday in the snow. Yes. getting a CDLA with 0 restrictions. When I get an ELD, is there a different load board for Horizon, or do they call? So no, it's all the same load board, but in the description it'll say if it doesn't say T or F, however you want to do that, whatever, it requires a ELD. Yeah, a lot of FEMA trailers going to Louisiana. Backhauls may have a sudden influx, but largely it's still very low. The majority of the time, our backhauls are hardly a selling point. I agree with the bandits. Now, that message that I just read came from High Mileage Helper, Mr. Rocky River Outdoors. He has been with Synergy for, Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 years? Do you take chains for the winter on your truck right now? I have 3 sets of chains. I have a set of dually chains. I have a set 2. I don't remember if I have 1 or 2 sets of the auto socks. And the reason I did that is they cover a wide variety of tire sizes. So basically, if you look at the list of what they cover, you can get 1 set, or maybe I have 2. I have to go look again, because I've used them 1 time. And that'll cover every trailer tire that we have, because there's only a couple different sizes that they put on these things. Unless you get into like the big like triple axles and stuff, then you need a bigger set of auto socks, and I have one of those because I got a set for the front of my truck. I didn't buy them specifically for that. I bought them so I had them for the rear, because I forgot about the chain law going into effect, and then I got a load that's going to pass me through Colorado, and I had to have them. So I just stopped and bought a set of auto socks. And then when I got my real chains, I can now use the auto socks for if I have like a triple axle toy hauler, because they have much larger tires. The ones for the front of this will fit those, or as I had to do 1 time, I could put those auto socks on the front and have all of my axles chained, which I had to do once. That was not a fun endeavor. I told the old streetwalker that we needed to get off the road because the roads were getting bad, and she took me very literal, and we went off the road. About 4 hours later, we were back on the road. And then in a half mile, the snow was gone. So if she hadn't taken me so literal, I had to go another half mile and we were fine. How did I mount the mic? So it took me forever to get the camera set up here, so I don't want to move it. So bear with me here, Chris, and try and follow along. Have you seen those retracto cord things that they have for the CBs? Well, the hook end will fit around the bar for your sun visor. Now, I can still use my sun visor, right? But the hook end is into that same bar, and then I run it over to the sunglasses holder, and I run the retracto cord, which is right here, into the sunglasses holder, and then out the front, and just let it hang, and the mic hangs right here. It's like I can touch it with my elbow resting on the center console. I can't grab it. I guess if I go all the way to the edge, which is a really awkward position to be in, but it puts it right here. Chris, hit me on Instagram after I close this, and I'll take some pictures and send them to you. How many miles are on the Streetwalker? 324. I feel your pain, Michael. Just setting up my truck and had it at the dealer to be serviced, and the dealer crashed. Oh, no. Use the Bandits as a referral and get their driver number. There you go. Transport Bandits, thanks for the reply. I applied for towaway since I have a 3/4 ton, 250 a tow my fifth wheel. I applied to Synergy and Horizon quite some time back. They told me there was a hiring freeze, but it's wide open now. 6 years and 550. There you go. So, yeah, 6 years. So he's got some experience as far as what Synergy has and doesn't have, and yada yada yada. So the man with the Synergy knowledge, he's down there in the comments. Rocky River, yeah, due to the part shortage, Synergy stopped hiring for a while. Yeah, Horizon did too. It's getting a little toasty. Engineers hide things on purpose, but I think Ford has it figured out for sure. It's not even hidden. You can see it. You can see it real well. You can see it really well. With your eyeballs, not with your meat mittens. Rocky River, my orientation was canceled during the summer of Synergy because of the hiring freeze. I ended up going to Horizon because of it. Use high mileage helper for a referral. Get his driver number. So you take it both of you work for Synergy? Yes, they do. And they both have YouTube channels. So if you want Synergy knowledge, those two got you covered. If you want Indiana transport knowledge, check out Weekend Trucking. 324, that's Ford Tough. Go ahead, Streetwalker. Well, Daniel's over here with 550 on his Dodge. So I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But y'all know my buddy Chris. He's at, I just talked to him today. What is it? 5? I think he said 540 something. So he's right behind Daniel. And he's replaced less parts than Daniel has. Just saying. Yeah, it's time out to help you form our videos. We are just a goofball channel. You guys are the goofball channel, but you show people the things you can do between drop and pickup, especially if you're, I mean, I'm not trying to bash on Synergy at all, but if you're working for a company that doesn't have backhauls and you have to go from wherever, from Indiana to wherever in the country and then back to Indiana, there's a lot of cool crap that you're gonna pass. And you guys show all that. No one else does. Hold a guy's 28-foot race car trailer from Kentucky, Texas on Sunday. That guy lied about the shipping weight of that thing. Oh, I've had that happen more than once. Oh, I had 16,000 pounds. Okay. And then somehow I scaled it 31,000 with my auxiliary tank empty and my main tank down to a quarter. So, yeah. I had one that, oh, it's 15,000 pounds. I said, okay. I scaled it. The trailer axle alone, by its, not counting what it was putting on my truck, the trailer axle was, oh, I did the math. I was like, I think it was 19. It was, I was 21. No, I don't remember. It was one of my first trailers, but it was bad. It was all bad. It was well over 15. So it happens. People lie. It's true. Can you go to Outdoors RV and pick up my trailer and bring it to Washington? Well, where is Outdoors RV? Is it talking about the one in LeGrand? Oh, 623 on the truck. Okay, gotcha. 550 working. Thanks, Craig. It's great to have a solid reputation and live up to it. Hey, TJ, what's going on? Everyone needs some bandits? Yes. Well, Jeff says he has the best bike ever because he hasn't ridden mine. By the way, completely unrelated, but my saddlebags came in, which means that I won't have them in time for my trip to go to Oregon, but as soon as I get back from my trip, I can put my saddlebags on. Iowa 80 has a lot of transporters, about 10 to 12 of us. That's neat. That happened once when I was there. Every single parking space was completely filled with RV transporters, that whole row there, 4 RVs, and they were all transporters. It was awesome. I took a picture of it, and then somebody made it the banner picture for the RV transporters group. That kind of made me feel good. My 3/4 ton had 7K on the drive axles, sets of 41 with auxiliary tank, only allowed 6,200. Ooh, that's less gooder. Oh, Lynn. Lynn over here getting cocky. Well, Lynn, I had a V-Rod. And I'll tell you right now, the bike I have now is faster than my V-Rod was. I'm wrong. The V-Rod's no slouch, but these new ones are dumb. Now, Bandit said, after 7,000 miles, we'll catch you. That's possibly true. But again, my V-Rod was a little bit different. V-Rod muscle with bars and risers off a Dyna, headlight and fairing off a Sportster, and saddlebags off a Softail. There was a little bit of creativity to make all that work. It's all documented on my Instagram. That's the only place I have the information. I just took pictures and made some comments on Instagram. So if you scroll way back into the way back, you'll find it. Well, see, Michael, I just proved you wrong. I rode mine from Portland to Boise with all my modifications. 18 hours after an emergency appendectomy. I mean, I bled all over all my stuff, but I rode, and I was comfortable. V-Rod Frankenstein. Ironically, I painted it green. All right, Rocky, be good. Take care. Be safe. Mine is an 09 Muscle, but it has less than 5,000 miles on it. Mine was a 16 Muscle, and when I sold it in 18, it had 7,000 miles on Oh, that rocker C. The only thing worse than a rocker C is a breakout. Michael, I have spent many a day trying to figure out how to get my Harley on my truck. I haven't got there yet. Your Sportster is something else. And by the way, she was kind enough to let me do an interview and walk around and talk about that Sportster. It's up on Reset Channel. I don't remember what I titled it. It was like Moonshine Bikes and Bandits or something like that. The picture of her timing cover for the thumbnail says Hell on Wheels. That's sporty something else. What are we at for this? Just shy of an hour. Well, the Sportster is lady driving, and Cheryl is a lady. So, I mean, there's that. You are most welcome, Miss Cheryl. Custom wreck, put it on the roof. Yeah, I saw a side-by-side like that today. Right up from the... guys, we're going to cut this here in just a couple minutes because we're almost to 58 minutes. Oh, I didn't say you were a classy lady. I said you're a lady. So we'll be cutting this one here in just a couple minutes. So any last questions you want to get out, by all means, let's knock those out right now. Got the sun shining right in. I can't see my screen to see where my face is in the picture. Well, conveniently, Beefster, they all get uploaded. I don't delete them. It'll take a couple hours for YouTube to actually upload it, but you'll be able to play back on it. I mean, you won't be able to interact in the chat, which is kind of poopy, but you still get to see what we talked about. Great to see everyone in here. It absolutely is, Daniel. Glad that you were able to make this one. You and I have a habit of tending to miss each other's lives. You know, the Bandits haven't done a live in a while. Weekend Trucking hasn't done a live in a long while. Just saying. We can have all sorts of shenanigans. Remember when you and I did that dual live? We could get all four of the channels together and do one big 4-channel live thing. I mean, we'd all have really horrible views, but there would definitely be some shenanigans. And everyone loves shenanigans. They have great tacos. Let's see. Everyone have a night. Stay safe. Be good, bandits. I'll see you guys around. Chris wants to meet up with the bandits. Stay safe. People drive like dogs. Dopes. Dopes. That's a nice way of putting it. We need a bandit live stream. Yeah, you do. Hey, our name went orange. Still don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know how to do that either. People will tag me and it turns orange, and I try doing the @ and it doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, that was insane. We gotta have a quad live. That's the word I was looking for when I was doing all this. Quad live. Yes. We just gotta get where all four of us are in the same area. That won't be hard to orchestrate an RV transport. Get all four of us in the same town, right? That'll be easy. That'll be super easy. I don't know why we're complaining. No, Joey, you can't. We have a minimum requirement of 650 cc's. Well, DDWK, the process for getting the F450. At the time, my credit was high sevens, and I put 40,000 down. I don't think that's a requirement. I mean, realistically, no. Oh, well, how about that, Chris? Thank you. Any good RV transport in Florida? No. And I did a video on that 330 turbo. You know, I talk about I'm really lucky because I'm right next to all the yards in the Northwest, which is great. But once I leave my house and I pick up that first trailer, it doesn't matter where I live. You know, the bandits who live in Tennessee, or High Mileage Helper who lives in Indiana, they can come all the way over to Idaho, Oregon, whatever, grab a load, and then I leave my house and I grab a load. No, they went, 2,000 miles, 1,500, whatever. I went, well, in one case, 5. So I start out ahead, but once we get those trailers hooked up, it doesn't matter where you live, because you're at the mercy of the load board, wherever there's a load there for you to get you where you want to go next. Grim Reaper, you ain't at 1,000 yet? Go subscribe to that man. He's almost as crazy as the bandits are, and he's in multi-haul. So if you're interested about multi-haul, go check him out. I talked about Vance's TikTok because he's the only guy that I knew doing multi-haul besides Weekend Trucking, and Weekend Trucking's only doing 2. Grim Reaper's got the full. Correct me if I'm wrong here, bud, but you got the full trailer, the 53 foot, so you can do 3 or 4, depending on the length. But you got the big boy trailer. So go subscribe to that man. He's got some good information, and he's funny as hell. GS, that's a crotch rocket, right? Has to be cruiser style. You can't say your name 3 times. It's like Beetlejuice. Nice, Charles. Maybe I'll get to see you out on the road sometime. Jay, I'm at 324. Leaving my truck. If you want to do a live together, give us a week notice. We're there. Okay. Come to Idaho. Let's do a live together, bandits. Oh, well, yes. We do have not Harleys in the club nationwide. We have Indians. We've got one guy's got a Yamaha hammer. There's not Harleys. Yeah, I'm not for the trucks. I should be able to do videos a lot better. Good. Chef driven. Nice. Okay. That's gonna do it, guys. I appreciate you all coming out. We're sitting at 30 people right now. I think I saw 36 at one point. So outstanding. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me this evening here in this not so beautiful California weather. I hope you all had a good time. Hope it was informative. I hope I kind of explained where I've been the last couple of videos and why I've been a little off. And I hope it all made sense. Watch for the next video. Well, it's not going to be... Oh, no, no, I take that back. There's going to be 3 days worth of RV transport. We're talking about tires and some repairs and some maintenance and all that stuff in that video. So while it will have a lot of stuff that's not RV transport, there is some RV transport stuff in it. So go check that one out when it drops. Probably Tuesday would be my guess. As always, those of you on the road, I wish you fair winds and following seas. Take care and have a great day.